It's Christmas Day for Christians all over the world. Traditionally, it's a time of hope and peace, and that's true also in war-ravaged Syria, despite the grim daily reality in many parts of the country. But despite the carnage, Syrians are showing festive unity best they can and expressing hope for a peaceful future. Mahmoud Gazdiev reports next from Damascus.
Thank you. It's Christmas Day in Damascus, and celebrations are in full swing. Everybody's determined to make the most of this opportunity because the last 5 years haven't been very kind to Christians in Syria. There are 400,000 of them in Damascus, 10% of the Syrian population. And with the civil war, they especially have had a hard time.
But not today.
I feel great. We feel safe here. Thanks to the army and police, my family can walk the streets in peace.
Things are changing, and I feel this year will be better for us all.
We're celebrating our unity, our army, our country.
I feel sorry for all who were forced to flee, to leave their homes, but I have hope yet for Syria.
I can only hope my child has a better life here in Syria.
Things will return to how they were, but Syria will take a long time to heal.
Hope and revelry were everywhere.
Scenes like this are playing out all over Damascus. You have celebrations, festivals, concerts taking place in Christian neighborhoods, in public squares, and even Muslims are joining in.
These shopkeepers' children, for example, are Muslim, yet wearing Christmas hats, which they insisted I also put on.
We've all come together. I don't care about Sunni or Muslims or Christians. The most important thing is that we're all celebrating, and Syria will again become what it was, where we can be whatever we want to be.
Unfortunately, not all people think this way.
Damascus has become something of a refugee center for Christians from all over Syria who've been fleeing persecution at the hands of the Sunni-led rebels. And here they are now, Protestants, Catholics, Yazidis, Orthodox Christians.
And Muslims, people of all denominations who live together here or who have been driven here by Islamists, all united today in revelry. A welcome throwback to happier times. Murad Gazdiev, RT, from Damascus, Syria.
Well, meantime, happy times wouldn't be the way to describe the mood among the thousands of refugees camped out in that French port town of Calais. They call it the jungle. We'll report on how they're spending the festive season in a few moments. Plus, political correctness is taking the fun maybe out of Christmas for some, and so they plan to do something about it. We'll find out what. But next for you, the story of a father so desperate to save his son's life, he picked up a gun to protect him, not from criminals, but from medics.
He's pointing the gun like this.
They were moving too fast. The hospital, the nurses, they were saying that he was brain dead, he was a vegetable.
George Pickering II stormed a hospital when he learned that his son, who'd suffered a stroke, was to be switched off from life support. What a parent's nightmare. So he barricaded himself inside the ward, refusing to leave his son's side, and apparently threatened staff too.
There was a law broken, but it was broken for all the right reasons. I'm here now because of it.
The incident resulted in a 3-hour standoff with the police, during which time the son squeezed his dad's hand to show that he was going to pull through. After that, his father surrendered. And then George Pickering III eventually came out of that coma to make a full recovery. The moving story continues. His father was put behind bars for what he did and charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault over the incident at that hospital. Charges were partially dropped, though. He only served 11 months. And now, today, the father and son are back together for Christmas. The family's lawyer says it was a happy ending, only thanks to her client's actions.
I don't think that he would have survived, but for the fact that his father slowed the process down. Certainly my client bears some responsibility in that he didn't handle the situation very well, but my heart goes out to him because I know how much he loves his son and that he was just completely, he was just grieving. Their relationship is just truly amazing to me. They are extraordinarily close. It's been a really wonderful Christmas present for me to see those 2 guys back together and that my client is back with his son. The case was about the love he has for his son and the fact that he was there to protect his son when his son couldn't protect himself.
Happy ending story there. More news here after a quick break. Thank you for being with us this Christmas Day.